Hi everyone, this is Gerald and welcome back to another video. Today we have a very special guest, Kelvin, who's with us for this video.
Thanks for inviting me.
Pleasure. Kelvin is actually a personal finance YouTuber based in Singapore, and he's really good at breaking down complicated financial topics into a very funny manner. And more importantly, he does a lot of investing tutorials too. So if you haven't already, be sure to check out his channel, description below.
Thanks.
So right now I'm at a crossroad in my life where I, have like a career. I have a family. I got married last year. I bought a house, and now I'm starting to think about a little bit more. Should I start a family, have a child, things like that. So how do I manage my money? So and how my life is going to change once I have a kid. And right now I know you spend based on your video, you said that you spend about $2,000 a month, which is respectable. And you also have a child that's 2 years old. So I'm at a position where I really want to learn from you how you manage your finances.
So I think actually there's no secret lah. it's like the moment you find out that everything can be optimized, then your expenses will just boom go down all the way down. Like let's not talk about the kid first. Like for myself, like phone plan you have the cheap plan or the expensive plan. The cheap plan can go even as low as like $5. Then electricity bill, wow, then you just go sign up for those like OEM kind of electricity. Then for internet, you can go for the cheaper plan instead of the normal 1 Gbps plan. So basically everything can be optimized. Same for the kid. Don't feed the kid. No, just kidding. So for the kid, like for me, initially it was actually quite high because we were sending the kid to a nanny. The nanny cost $1,001.
Oh, that's more than, wow, that's a lot.
So even for my personal expense, including insurance, food, everything, it's not even 1,000. Then the kid, just the childcare alone is 1,001, which is a lot. But no choice lah, because you have to send the kid elsewhere, otherwise you can't work. But thankfully, the kid grew up a bit. So the kid right now is about 1 point something years old. So we send her to a government childcare, Sparkle Tot, those kind.
Oh.
So a normal childcare will cost about $700 for Singaporeans, and if the mom is working, the government will sponsor you another $300. So the final cost will be about $400. And on top of that, when the kid is born, the government pays you money for your kid for the child development account. Yeah, baby bonus. I think it was about 18K to 20K, that amount roughly for the first kid. Then subsequently, the kid, there are more and more grants. Like I think for the fifth kid, it can go up to like 25K or 30K. So I heard of some people like they are like producing kids for the money, which is stupid to do that. So like other than childcare, so the childcare is very cheap now. Then next, the food. In the beginning, the baby can only drink milk, so the milk cost was very high. I think like 100 plus a month. Like you was drinking milk like water.
Don't mind me asking, is your partner working?
Yeah, so my partner is a nurse. She's working right now. So we share the cost between both of us. Yeah. So back to the kid. So right now the kid has grown up, so the milk is much cheaper now because we can feed her rice, which is cheaper, feed her. And she's actually quite picky.
Oh.
She doesn't like meat. She likes a bit of veggie. So we tend to feed her only like rice. So the cost is even lower. But she's still getting her nutrition from childcare. Apparently she is eating all her food in childcare, but at home she's only one white rice lah. I don't know why. Maybe it's because my cooking is not that good. So after milk, then there's diaper. Diaper you can choose whether you want the high quality kind or the cheap kind. Actually, you can save on that because childcare, the school teacher tends to change diapers every like 2-3 hours. Even when it's not so wet, the teacher will change. It's like free money to them.
So that 700 includes diapers and all the miscellaneous stuff?
So the 700 is just a childcare alone.
Right.
And the diapers you have to bring to the school for the teacher to change. Milk also.
No wonder they change like free.
Yeah. So these are the three big costs: food, diaper, childcare. Then on top of that, there's still insurance. So for insurance, you definitely have to get, but actually you don't have to get the more expensive kind. Like For us, we get life insurance because we have dependents, right? Because we are worried of cancer and our family suddenly have loss in earnings. But we are not depending on our kids yet. So actually the coverage for the kid no need to be that high. So you just get a normal plan. Then whether it's whole life or term plan, it's up to you whether which you prefer lah. For me, I prefer to just get a term plan because I foresee that in the next after 20 years, there may be more updates to the term plan, so they can easily cut without losing much. But if you're holding a whole life plan, you have already paid for the plan, but the coverage doesn't cover all the new clause. And in that case, the kid have to get another term plan to add on, or whatever. So in that case, I got a term plan which is much cheaper. So right now I'm paying about $80 for insurance per month. So in total, how much? In total, yeah. So in total, plus minus it's about 700, 800 for the childcare. Divided by 2 is about 400 per person. So that's how I keep the cost low.
Okay. So what about housing and traveling? Because in Singapore, these are also like super expensive in.
Right.
Yeah.
So for housing, I'm paying for my house with CPF. To me, it's considered zero out-of-pocket cost. So to me, housing is $0. But even if you want to count it in, the money comes from the employer and employee, which is more than enough to cover for everything. So that's for housing. Then the bills, like I say, I can cut down the cost for internet bill, water bill, electricity bill. All is actually quite low because I don't really on the aircon. Even if I on, it's only like 1 hour to let it cool and whatever. Then so that's cheap. Then for traveling, when you have kids like 1 year old, you wouldn't dare to travel. Because like the kid is crying on the plane, then it'll be scary lah. Not for me, for other passengers.
That's true.
And on top of that, recently there was the whole lockdown thing, right? We can't really travel. So, but after this lockdown thing reopened, I actually went back to my hometown once, and that's the only travel that I did recently lah.
Right.
But going forward, I still plan to travel a bit more, even though the kid hasn't grown up yet. I just treat it as a challenge lah, to bring the kid around. Yeah.
So as your kid grows older, right now she's 1.5, 2. Let's say she goes to primary school. Then I think a lot of parents will start to pay a lot when it comes to like tuition, CCAs, art, music, yada yada yada. So do you have any like 绝招, secret kung fu on how you can keep education costs manageable?
For me, I wouldn't save on child's education. Consider it as an investment, not for me, for the child's future. Alright. So like if I feel that the kid needs whatever tuition, I'll just take it. But right now we are actually sending the kid to enrichment classes because we found that the kid's a bit slow in her learning curve. So that's another take it. So but that aside, like I know that a lot of parents like to send the kid to like swimming class, calligraphy class, wushu class, ballet class. So I think that is fine, but after a while you still need to see what the kid is interested in. Like if the kid don't like piano lessons, you keep sending her there. I think eventually the kid might hate you. I don't know. That's just from my experience lah. I'm not hating my parents lah. I just find that like I have to do the things that I like, so that is the money that I spend is worth it lah. Otherwise, after a while, after 2-3 years, they will still drop off. So those money they can spend, just spend for the interest. Just see what they like, try out different things. Then that's it lah. So then when they grow up, a lot of people are worried about that university cost. So right now, Singapore's university cost is about 20-30K. I think it's about around there, like 30-40K. And 20 years later, with all the high inflation, I think you can easily expect like 70-80K already. And that's in Singapore alone. What if the kid wants to become a doctor in US, UK? For that, I would say don't worry too much because the kid has hands and legs. They can easily do part-time if you can't afford to sponsor them lah. Like for me, I was actually quite fortunate. My parents sponsored me, but my friends, they actually had part-time which fully covered everything. And there's also loan, like education loan. just let the kid pay for their own education. Like there's no harm doing it. You don't have to protect the kid all the way. Just let the kid grow a bit, I would say. Yeah.
That makes sense. That's actually a very practical mindset, right? If you invest in the child's education they don't like, then investment wasted, right?
Correct.
So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Thanks for the sharing. By the way, just a small plug. Actually, BG, my company, we do have part-time jobs available. So if you're a student, you can check us out and give us a call. So for the next question, what's the biggest worry for your child when she's growing up?
Right now, I don't worry too much yet. But like, if you notice the period that we are in a quite peaceful period. Like, probably about just 30 years ago, the Cold War just ended in 1991, around there. But right now, you are seeing all the crazy stuff happening all over again. Russia is invading Ukraine. North Korea is launching a missile every other day. And China is probably might invade Taiwan or whatever. And there's global warming, all this stuff. So I would say this period that we are in is not a normal occurrence when you look at past history where war is happening every other day. Going forward, I would be quite worried, like how is her world going to be? Will Singapore still be around? Maybe. will there be, because there's rising sea levels and all this stuff, right? Global warming, wars. So I'm actually worried, like how is her future will turn out like, and like her world lah. That's my biggest worry. Yeah.
And what do you want to do about all this for her?
Actually, for this, I would say money can buy a lot of things. Like, if these things were to happen, money might be able to solve actually quite a lot of these problems. Right? Should be in probably more privileged position compared to other people who have not the opportunity to earn so much money. So that's come back to myself. How am I earning as much money as I can and not throwing the burden to my kids so that the kid don't have to take care of me when I'm older? So that's the least I can do for now.
It's true. I think money can buy you passports, so you can flee to safety, right? Wherever is safest for you and your family.
Yeah.
You know, and then now let's move on to the last question that I have. You know, in Singapore, right, there's this very famous saying, die can, sick cannot. So do you have any plans for healthcare, or what's your strategy for managing healthcare costs in Singapore?
So for myself, it's expensive, yes, but if you pay for insurance is, I know that a lot of people don't like insurance and insurance agent, but when things happen, you'll be super thankful that you have them around. So for me, I have hospitalization, definitely. No matter what age you are in, hospitalization is a must. Yes, there's CPF, CPF MA, but the amount can be easily depleted if anything bad happens. So at the very least, get hospitalization plan. Anyway, it doesn't cost much. I think it's lesser than 1,000 per year. Then, if you have dependents, get a life plan, life insurance. So life insurance, there are 3 kinds. ILP, don't get that. Whole life plan and term plan. So people will normally say like, buy term plan, invest the rest. But I would say that like, if you're not the kind who invest their money, get a whole life plan instead. You don't have to go for term plan, because the thing about term plan is that it covers you till like 60 something years old, 65. And after that, you don't have any coverage already. And for whole life plan, the coverage, you pay higher, but the coverage is like all the way through like 99 years old. So for me, I get term plan because I know that at my old age, my investments will be more than cover my whatever sickness that I have. Because I save on the money, I can grow more now, then it pays for everything later on. But for whole life plan, you throw all that money in, it will just stay in the insurance plan forever. So that's why I get term, which is cheaper.
Yeah, a lot of my friends right now, I think the things that they spend a lot on is beer and cigarettes. Yeah, this one will cost like almost 1,000 a month because $100 one night. Yeah, so that's where a lot of my friends spend their money on. So in your case, like what's the dream like lifestyle for you? Like a retirement plan? Do you have that?
So I'm actually planning like I definitely don't work so hard anymore. I've this life goal to travel the world. It's actually become a nomad lah.
Call me.
So where I go to one country every few months. And on top of that, I plan to do YouTube, but not as hardworking anymore. I'll just do it for fun, not for the money. Like right now, I'm obviously doing for the money. Like otherwise, I wouldn't be pumping out like 3-4 videos a week and killing myself. Probably I'll just do a simple live stream for 1-2 hours. Then that's it. I close the laptop, continue on with life, take care of my kid. So that's my dream life lah.
Chicken genius style.
Yeah, actually that's chicken genius stuff. He's living a life. Because once money is no longer your problem, you can start doing the stuff that you are interested in lah. Which I think most people can't even escape from that. So for me, I hope to achieve that in a few years' time and just escape and do the things that I like.
I believe in you. I'm pretty sure you can do it.
I hope so.
Yeah, I have full faith you will. Give yourself time. So for my friends who are viewing, right, they are at the stage where they are struggling in the rat race and trying to keep family expenses low, or wondering that hey, if I start a family, I cannot escape the rat race because I'm kind of trapped with increasing expenses, right? I need to invest on your child. So what are some important tips? If you can give like a few tips to them, what are some of the best tips you have to help them plan and prepare for future starting a family?
So there are two parts. Like on the savings side, like I mentioned just now, you can optimize every single expenses. It's actually possible.
Like channel.
like I mentioned just now, the bills, the insurance, the food. Even for all this, you can add another level. You can add another layer by getting credit cards. Just get the credit card that give you the highest cashback. Then for your savings, you can earn additional interest on your savings. Singapore savings bond is giving like 3% average right now. That's when you add all of this up, you can easily save a few $100 every month. So I know that because I did it. My total expense, including kids, is less than 2K. 2K is actually what most people have. Some people, not most people. Some people, even though they are single, they are spending this amount of money. But when you cut back all the extra fat, you will see that you actually don't need this much to be happy. So for me, so that's on the savings side. Then on the earnings side, your income, you can actually earn more money if you wanted to. Like for your career, are you staying in your job for more than 5-10 years? Just consider jumping every few years lah. Like every jump can give you easily a 10% increment. Because there's this thing like you don't have to be loyal to your company. Because in the end, once you leave, they'll straight away find a new guy. Then that's one thing. Then the other thing is that actually you'll find that how much you earn relates to how much value that you are giving. Like let's say if I work as a waiter or grab food, I will earn a waiter's pay or grab food pay. But if I move up, maybe YouTuber, it actually correlates. So if I'm helping this amount of people, like 10K people, then I'm paid accordingly to these amounts. So if you really want to jump as high as you can, just see how you can increase your value. Like there's goes like Skills Future, use it. It's free anyway. Increase your stuff. If you are free, don't watch so much Netflix. Start a side project if you really want, because like if that side project can grow, you can actually earn a lot more than you expect lah. So that's my advice.
Right. So to summarize, it's to optimize your expenses. Right. Always seek out for opportunities, be it to add more value or to find other opportunities that are available out in the market.
Right.
Right. So thank you so much. It was a very pleasant interview.
Yeah. Thanks for inviting me.
Pleasure to have you here. But that's it. I hope you found this interview engaging. If you have any questions, feel free to comment in the section below. Check out Kelvin's channel or check out my channel. We're going to pop it up over our faces over here. And I will see you next time. Take care and stay safe, everyone.
Bye.